like another day. Designer on me, this that new Chanel. Did that splash, did that drip. Yeah, champion, yeah, we here. Yeah, this the winning team. 6 rings with a pinky ring. Everybody used to picking me, now I'm the one that they picking. Snakes, but I can't hear it when the crowd screams. Still ballin' like an offspring. This for all the ones that doubted me. Gotta lose once to be a true winner. Only want the hunters with the blues in it. Eating blood across it where the blood thinner. Just stay turned like, you know. I've been through that water like
Tonight, from Paul Brown Stadium in Cincinnati, it's Week 15 of the NFL on EA Sports.
It is a brisk night in the Midwest as we bring you football from Paul Brown Stadium in the Queen City, Cincinnati, Ohio. Tonight we put a bow on Week 15 with a good Monday night matchup between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Cincinnati Bengals. And this will go as a touchback, and they will begin things at the 25. They'll throw on first down with Roethlisberger. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 17 yards on the game's opening play and a quick first down. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Now it's Roethlisberger. The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes. Carl Lawson in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. The start less than ideal as they already face a 2nd and long. Now the pass finding its way into the hands of Eric Ebron. And oh, so close as he takes it all the way to the 2-yard line. A big play there on the catch and run. 63 yards. From the 2, here's 1st and goal. They'll try to run it. This is Conner. And he's in. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Touchdown. James Conner, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Steelers take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive. And he'll put it through to make it 7-0 Steelers. So that drive, 4 plays. And it was a touchdown run by James Conner that was the exclamation mark. To return it, Darius Phillips. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. The Bengal offense set to go and leading them out. The #1 overall pick back in April out of LSU, Joe Burrow.
And when you talk about the traits that make Joe Burrow successful, you got to start with his head. This guy thinks the game, sees the game, loves the game. Then you go to the arm. He can make every throw. And then within a play, 2nd and 3rd reaction plays that are big ones downfield. That was why he won the Heisman Trophy, and that was why I voted for him, in addition to him winning a national championship.
Burrow and the Bengals with a 1st and 10, just shy of the 30. Burrow looking to pass. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
Burrow once again here on 2nd and 10. That's complete to John Ross. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. That one good for 26 and a 1st down. Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Now a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. John Ross, his 26th season. And the Bengals are an extra point away from tying up this football game. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we're tied 7-7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard.
So with the Steeler offense on their way out, let's take a look at the playoff picture in the AFC.
And it's right about this time of the year that you start to say this is when the cream rises to the top. Week 15, 3 weeks left to go, but still plenty to be determined.
It certainly is, because we all know everyone is aiming for that #1 seed. But failing that, because only 2 teams in the NFL get a bye, 1 from each conference, that question becomes who's hot? Who's peaking at the right time as you start the playoffs?
On second down now, it's Connor, and he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
Brandon, I think you and I were both raised the same way in the game of football. You run to set up the pass, but I think we've discovered in this NFL, a lot of teams pass to set up the run, and that's what they've done throughout this game. They've aired it out, thrown it around the yard. Now they've come back to the running game, and they find a way to be successful with it.
It'll be a gain of 17 at a Pittsburgh first. So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 43. Roethlisberger will hand to Connor.
Illegal block in the box. Offense.
So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. On the counter, it's Connor. It's a gain of 7 on the ground. Second down coming up.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you...
And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. Williams.
Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
On 3rd down, Roethlisberger. Well, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Carlos Dunlap in there for the sack, and that is now 21 for him on the year. Wow, what a season.
That's 3 sacks now, and that's not much of a surprise to me, nor should it be to you. This team, they lead the league in sacks.
Yeah, they do. This is something that we are starting to witness time and time again. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and out will come the offense as they take over.
21-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown, and now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 27-yard line.
Working with a 2nd and 4. 7-7, our score after 1.
Score tied 7-7.
Burrow now off the bootleg. He's going to have the hook up to Ross. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. A big play on the catch and run, covering 34 yards. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
Similar to a shooter in basketball, just connected on the previous shot. They run another set for him on the next play. Now, we had a guy who made the catch. They tried to get the big one downfield, but came up empty.
2nd and 10. Here's Burrow. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. It's Devin Bush, the linebacker, who picks it. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. They brought the house that time on the young rookie, maybe a little rattled through the pick.
And you have to be prepared for a lot of pressure as a rookie quarterback, because most defensive coordinators are going to test you that way. So when you see that, the ball's got to get out of your hands quickly, and that means your receivers have to understand they have to break off their routes quickly as well.
Going top shelf for Smith-Schuster. And this one is incomplete. Juju Smith-Schuster, the intended receiver that time. And that'll bring up second down. So line of scrimmage still at 39 on 2nd and 10. Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. Back to Smith-Schuster, this time complete. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. Came up a little short on the last pass play. They did get 9 yards out of it, leaving him with his 3rd and 1. They'll try and run for it with Counter. And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. James Conner with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Steelers have taken the lead. And always a good first half when you can hit pay dirt twice.
Kick is good.
And it never hurts to have that good feeling as the game moves on. Just think about halftime. If that's all he gets, he'll just sit there at the half and think, all right, 2 already. I can get some more. I get some more. And he'll be encouraging his offensive line to create some space.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
Bengals take over 1st and 10. At their own 30-yard line.
Here again comes Joe Burrow and the offense for the Bengals.
He's had a solid start to this game, but bottom line is they're losing, so he doesn't care about his stats. He just wants to right the ship on the scoreboard.
He wants to actually increase his stats because he feels like if he does, that means things will get better for his team, maybe get him back into the ball game or into the lead. In these situations, I remember playing with a quarterback once where he actually ran out onto the field first ahead of everyone else just to say, guys, let's go. Try and create that energy, create that spark.
Well, so far he has 1 touchdown, 1 interception. He'll be looking for that 2nd touchdown now.
There's a ball thrown right side and complete. He will go out right near the 35-yard line. The catch and run pays off to the tune of 35 yards.
How about the first half he's putting together? Well over 100 yards already with that last catch. And to me, they'd be well served to keep looking his way. A number of big plays already in this one.
On 1st and 10, Joe Burrow. He gets this one to Boyd. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. Last play went for over 30 yards. This one not quite as big, but still over 20.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
From the red zone now, here's Burrow 1st down. That's going to be caught by Ross for a Bengal touchdown. John Ross with touchdown number 27. That ties Priest Holmes for the 3rd most in a single year. And the Bengals are an extra point away from tying up this football game.
Is good.
Now, he's having a nice little first half here, partner.
And it's a first half that leaves us anticipating what can still come. I mean, 2 touchdowns already here through the 2nd quarter. There could be plenty more before this game is over.
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. As the season winds down and you look at them in totality, you know, the offense has struggled. The defense has been pretty good, so I would imagine the changes this offseason may be more on the offensive side of the ball.
And this is where we always hear the term complementary football, because as you noted, the defense has played well enough for them to win games, and the offense has held them back. So they've got to reward that defense by improving on offense. I don't know if you make a change, a quarterback, running back, tight end, it doesn't matter. Get better players, better system.
The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes. Carlos Dunlap in there for sack number 22 on the year. And, folks, that's just a half sack shy now of Michael Strahan's record of 22.5 set in 2001. From the gun on 3rd down, it's Roethlisberger. Under pressure again, and down he goes. goes again. Carlos Dunlap with sack number 23 on the year, breaking Michael Strahan's mark of 22.5. Congratulations. Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now. We'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action. And just a net of 31 here. 40-yard punt, 9 on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. John Ross and the rest of the offense heading back onto the field, making his presence felt early in this one. First half, already over the century mark.
How about the yards per completion, too? That's a pretty darn good number there. Number of catches, but a shredding defense is getting big yardage with each and every one of them. As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
On second down, Eckler. And they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
The Steelers now in the nickel here on third down. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. Got a man, it's Ross, complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. An excellent pickup of 34 yards. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. That's going to be caught by Ross for a Bengal touchdown. John Ross with his 28th touchdown, drawing level with Sean Alexander for the second most in a single year. And the Bengals have broken our tie as they take the lead.
And that touchdown gives them a touchdown lead before they attempt the extra point. What a great way to end the half.
Yeah, great job to put themselves in front. And now you see on the sideline, special teams defense scrambling, saying we want to preserve this for the final moments of this second quarter. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Returning it, Johnson. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10. At their own.
Pittsburgh set to take over again on offense. Inside of a minute left in the half. Does the fact that you're down on the scoreboard influence what you do, or I guess don't do on this final drive?
It certainly does, but what influences me even more is who I've got running my football team out on the field and the weapons around him. Can he make a play? Can he get into someone that we're going to trust to take care of the ball? If that's the case, I might push it a little bit here and try and get something before the half runs out.
Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first. They're trying for Washington, but the pass intercepted. William Jackson with a pick, and he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line.
You're trailing, you're trying to get points late in half. I absolutely understand that. But remember, it's all about the ball. And without the ball, you can't get those points. They just turned it over.
Now you got to be careful because that deficit can get a little bigger on the other side with that good field position they just took over with. And that will be incomplete with a clock showing 18 seconds now to go. Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. So that'll leave Burrow and the Bengals with a 3rd and long after that sack we just saw. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock.
Incomplete.
4th and goal, and down by a touchdown. The offense stays on the field. Burrow going for it on 4th. And that will be incomplete. ticks left here on the clock. The Bengals try it, but it doesn't work out. And this Steeler defense able to come up with a stop. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 46. Ebron caught left side. Well, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. There you have it. Halftime quickly over. Third quarter, here we go.
Steelers 14.
The Bengals set to receive. They have the lead and the football to begin quarter number 3. On the return, Phillips. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
John Ross and the rest of the offense heading back onto the field. This defense, they wouldn't mind not seeing him again for a while. 3 trips to the end zone. How about that?
I think right now they would happily go to their general manager and say, is there any way you could get a trade for him, bring him over to our team so we don't have to cover him anymore? Because he is really having a heck of a ball game, isn't he?
Boy, he is. I don't know that mid-game trade's going to happen, but good thought. Now this throw caught left side. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. John Ross with touchdown number 29, too short of LaDainian Tomlinson's all-time record 31. And the Bengals are able to grow their lead. He's got it as they double up the lead. This one's now 28-14. That drive started on their own 25. 2 plays, 75 yards later, into the end zone. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will make it into the end zone. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
Now a pass that's taken in by Smith-Schuster, and he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. Give him 14 on that one and a first down. On 1st and 10, it's Roethlisberger. That ball caught by the former Toledo Rocket, Deontay. Johnson.
Complete to Deontay Johnson. It's a
second and 2.
Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 46-yard line.
Now the third-year man from NC State, it's Jalen Samuels. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field.
Illegal block in the back. Offense.
Now, that's one they hate. The ball's got to come all the way back.
So that's an explosive play, a really explosive play that gets wiped out, and they have to start over after the penalty.
Throwing now, Roethlisberger on first down. He finds his man Johnson. And down inside the 15 he goes. 10 more for him on that one. He's been a busy man. It's a first down. From the red zone now, here's Roethlisberger on first down. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Juju Smith-Schuster, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Steelers are able to make this a close game again. And on that one, able to catch it, also able to have the wherewithal to take it in for the score.
And how about the phases of a successful catch and a completion of a play? Look the ball in, secure the catch, and then, of course, the run after the catch that ends up in the end zone.
And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as John Ross and the rest of the offense heading back onto the field. For him, what an accomplishment in this game, surpassing the 2,000-yard mark. And all the time we talk about these guys out wide like him that are so athletic and can do so many things. But take us a little deeper. How has he done it this year?
Well, you helped with this because when we sat down with him before the game and discussed his season, and you said to him, okay, I have a vision that you, similar to a pitcher, change up a lot of things, right? Different arm angles, different slots that a pitcher would do. You do that with your route running and all that. And I loved his response. He said, yeah, I do that. But one of his best friends is a world-ranked tennis player. And he talked about serves and how you change up, take pace off, do different things. And he incorporated that into his route running.
His throw caught at about the 5. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed. Looking for Green, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the all-pro safety, Minkah Fitzpatrick. And he'll be brought down at his own 10-yard line. We're holding on to the lead at this stage in the second half. Those are the types of plays you really want to try and stay away from.
And when you're a rookie, keeping your focus is something that you still have to work on all the time because there's so many distractions around you between the crowd noise and your coaches and your teammates. But the other part, you've got to learn how to finish. The 2 F's for a rookie quarterback. Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
Throwing on 2nd and 3, Roethlisberger. And boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3.
Yards to go.
Open man, Smith-Schuster, it's complete. The 40, he's at the 30, 10, and into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Juju Smith-Schuster, 82 yards. And the Steelers are an extra point away from tying this thing up. So let's see, that was 3rd and 2. They hit the short pass, having the first down. He said, well, let's get a little more than the first down, all the way into the end zone.
And I know this is the NFL, and 3rd and 2 isn't necessarily a rundown. I think most of the time you play it as a passing down. But you can disguise it a little bit, right? You can show heavy run formation, make it look that way, and still throw the football effectively, as we just saw there. And he's still running, isn't he?
He stopped now, and he got 6 points for it. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
Still a time to return. The Bengals take over 1st and 10 at their own 20.
Joe Burrow trots out again with the rest of his offense. And it was his interception on the last drive that wound up leading to a game-tying touchdown.
And somehow you can make this a positive, though. You know why? Game tied now. So you're not protecting the lead. So you're not playing that way. You got to go get the lead again. So maybe it loosens him up a little bit and allows him to go ahead and be a little more free in his play.
A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
2nd and 2.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch. Good for 8 yards. On the give, this is Eckler, and he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. Now, after that last play, there's a Bengal down on the field. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now it's Burrow. He completes it to Boyd. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line.
That's good.
A well-executed 22-yard gain. And on that last play there, he's over 400 yards passing now.
You know what that generally means?
Success.
That, and it means you really didn't miss opportunities. Usually very accurate. The ball's getting to the right place. Guys are making yardage after the catch to help you out that way. I mean, the whole team has picked it up. And don't forget, that means the offensive line has had to pass protect pretty well, too.
Everyone dialed in.
End of the 3rd quarter.
Back now in Cincinnati. All even as we get ready to start the 4th. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. And that'll be caught. Touchdown, Bengals. It's Tyler Boyd. Tyler Boyd, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Bengals have broken our tie as they take the lead.
Randy Bullock.
Solid response that time by a young quarterback. Last drive, interception. This drive, the touchdown pass.
I like how you described it solid because you don't get extra kudos for bouncing back if you're going to be a big-time quarterback. You're supposed to do that. But at the same time, when you're a rookie, that's not guaranteed, is it? Sometimes they hang their heads and they go in the tank a little bit. Not in this case. Bounced back, took his team downfield, and threw a touchdown pass.
Now here's Johnson. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Johnson on the return. The Steelers take over 1st and 10. At their
and as this offense makes their way back out, NFC playoff race time, we give you a look at what's going on there. Big Ben and the Steelers with a 1st and 10 at their own 22. And now, after the touchdown a moment ago, they work from behind in a 7-point game in this 4th quarter. Plenty of time on the clock. And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. Carl Lawson has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Another try after the 1st down sack. Roethlisberger. And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. Carlos Dunlap in there yet again. What else is new? He continues to rewrite the record book in single-season sacks. So the sack and now a 3rd and long situation for the Steelers and Ben Roethlisberger. That went into the hands of his tailback, Samuels. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. It'll be a gain of 17, but even with that, they'll be well short here for 4th down.
I don't know how many times, not just in my playing career, but you and I working together, have we ever heard a coach say, you know, I just don't have that play on my call sheet. And that's really what we had here. That was a big hole they were trying to get out of.
Yeah, big gain, still a ways to go, though. John Ross and the rest of the offense heading back onto the field. What a game for him, Charles. 4 touchdowns. Heck, for a lot of guys, that's a good season number.
You're exactly right. And let's face it, we have to stand up and applaud this one, even though we're supposed to be neutral, because this doesn't just happen by accident. This isn't 4 times where the defense just falls down or breaks coverage. He's worked awfully hard, changing routes, changing areas, changing angles, and getting open for touchdown.
We knew he'd be part of the game plan in a big way, and it has been in a very big way. Throwing now, Burrow on 1st down. Again, he'll target Boyd, this time successful. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. 27 yards there, a 1st down. Well, probably the only thing he did wrong there was go out of bounds, nursing this 4th quarter lead. You want to stay in, eat the clock.
Yeah, you got to love the effort, the catch, the extra yardage, but you got to know the situation. Stay in bounds, young man.
Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10, right at the 40. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Jaron Reed muscles his way in for the sack. Defense went 3-4. They got some push from the inside.
And this is something in a 3-4 you don't normally get because the nose tackle who got the sack, he's usually responsible or ends up getting double-teamed and sometimes triple-teamed. How about him working his way back and putting the big guy on the ground?
And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Mike Hilton. And he's in for 6 and a Steeler touchdown. And on that one, with 6 defensive backs, did he need to be more careful throwing the football? I mean, I guess obviously in hindsight he did, but...
Yeah, hindsight, but even in foresight, when you got 6 defensive backs on the field, you just know you're going to get multiple coverages. You're never sure what you're going to see. But the biggest one is you don't have much reaction time for your receivers to go get the football because those guys, they're the best cover guys on the field. They go get it. And on that play, they took it the other way for 6 points.
And this carries into the end zone. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line.
Their own 25-yard line.
Cincinnati now ready to take the field.
They will look to flush the memory of that pick 6 as we now have a brand-new tie ball game here in the 4th quarter. Getting down to the good stuff.
Blitz coming, and down he goes.
Joe Burrows.
Bud Dupree in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, he really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off at his own 10. And he'll bring it back to about the 5-yard line. Boy, you just kind of feel for him right now. 4 interceptions, and you can almost see through his face mask. There's a lot going on in between the ears.
There certainly is, and probably way too much, because now he's probably doubting himself a little bit.
Got his man. It's caught for a Steelers touchdown. James Washington with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Steelers capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. Well, that didn't take long. The turnover instantly almost turning into points.
And when that happens, a lot of teams have the mentality of let's strike right now. You've got them off balance after the turnover or the takeaway. Let's go get it. And that's exactly what they did.
That'll be taken about a yard deep. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked out officially at the 21.
First and 10 at their own 21.
Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction.
And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going down.
That's Cameron Hayward who got in there to take him down.
Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes. And we've got a 1-score game. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. Now the throw here complete on the right sideline. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. A very solid gain of 27. Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the number 3 man in the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
Also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it, from route running to catching the football. That's why he's able to produce those types of numbers.
And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. That's good for 28 yards.
I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the 4th. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Throwing now is Joe Burrow. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. There have been quite a few plays they might look back on and say, we really have hurt ourselves, and that was another example.
And this is late-game execution. Everything on the line, so it all has to come together properly. The throw's made. Where's the catch? Got to catch it in that spot.
And maybe Shane's in the steel curtain here as the Steeler defense drops him behind the line again.
Partner, you've got about 20 coaches on your payroll, but there's 60,000 of them in the stands. I don't think any of them like that play.
And the later we go, it's starting to sound like 100,000 in here. It's Eckler again. And this time he's going backwards. So after the no gain on the last attempt, here they get him behind the line. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it prior to what will be an important fourth down. Likely the play of the game here, trailing in the final quarter and going for it on 4th and goal. They'll try and throw forward with Burrow. Green's open, and he's got it for a Bengal touchdown. A.J. Green, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Bengals are an extra point away from tying up this football game. Well, the hard part's done. Now they just need to split the post, tie it up, but then their defense is going to have to hold up to send it to overtime.
Yeah, no matter what. I know there's an inclination in it when you have momentum to go for 2 here, but if you miss it, you don't give your defense a chance at all.
Plus, it's been a good game. I want to see overtime. I'm selfish.
You obviously don't have a flight to catch.
Tomorrow. So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this 4th quarter. Here comes Johnson on the return. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own.
And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. They've got work to do, but they do still have a bit of time here.
And they've got to feel comfortable with that, but they have all their play sequences called. If they get out of bounds, that allows them to huddle and call another play. But if they don't, it's hurry up to the line of scrimmage and either spike it and stop the clock or continue to move it downfield in order to try and get in range and win this game.
See if they can do just that. Well, once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. Roethlisberger to throw. He's going to loft one deep left side here. He's got a man, complete. And all the way inside the 35 before he goes out of bounds.
A gain of 40.
Catch number 100 for his career right there, and it's good enough to keep the chains moving. On 1st and 10 is Conner, and he stopped immediately there.
James Conner, the ball carrier, brought down right at the line of scrimmage.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
At the Bengals' 32-yard line.
Again, a run with Conner. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25.
On the carry.
Now the Bengals going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 45 seconds left to go in the game. On 1st down, Conner. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
The tackle line.
Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds showing on the clock.
We can't be totally sure that that was by design, but we do know that a lot of kickers like the ball on the right hash in order to kick the field goal.
On 2nd down, Conner looking for space. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. The Steelers signal for the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock stops with 23 seconds to go in the game. A game-winning field goal would be a chip shot from here. Let's see how they play it on 1st and goal. They'll run here with Conner. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3.
To James Conner.
So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. His first attempt of the night here, and it's a big one. It's for the win. And it is good. The uprights on the chip shot, and the Steelers have won the game. Well, a little drama there at the end, but really this thing was already decided. The late points get scored, and then it ends up.